And President Trump praising peace talks with Iran and his role in another conflict. This after Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth threatened to strike Iran's infrastructure if a peace deal cannot be made. NBC's Monica Alba has details from the White House.
President Trump says peace talks with Iran are going well.
It's looking very good that we're going to make a deal with Iran, and it's going to be a good deal. It's going to be a deal with no nuclear weapons.
But in case a deal can't be made, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the U.S. military is locked and loaded, warning Iran to choose wisely.
If Iran chooses poorly, then they will have a blockade and bombs dropping on infrastructure, power, and energy.
U.S. warships patrol the ports of Iran, the fourth day of the U.S. blockade, keeping the country's economic lifeline, oil, stuck on ships.
Your energy is not moving and will not move, and we can do this all day. But it's not destroyed yet.
But there is movement in another tentacle of the war. President Trump says Israel and Lebanon have agreed to a 10-day ceasefire beginning today. Israel has been bombing Hezbollah, the Iran-funded militia, in southern Lebanon for weeks. Iran had said Lebanon must be included in any ceasefire. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill,
the yeas are 213. The nays are 214.
The Republican-controlled House voted down a measure ordering Trump to end the war by one vote, largely along party lines. The vote comes just a day after the Senate rejected a similar measure. Republicans are standing behind the president, but if the conflict goes longer than 60 days, some lawmakers say they will rethink their vote on a war powers resolution.
I think at that point we would need to vote to authorize. So let's hope we get to this and this conflict is over. I think we need an exit strategy.
President Trump is also floating a potential White House meeting between Israel and Lebanon. He says he's invited the Israeli Prime Minister and Lebanese President to have meaningful talks to broker peace. Monica Alba, NBC News, the White House.
Amid tensions in the Middle East and a brief back and forth with President Donald Trump, Pope Leo is in Cameroon. The Pope has been heavily advocating for peace in the world. The Pope has even reiterated that he, as a Pope, has no political affiliation and instead he speaks for the world.
Jesus told us, "Blessed are the peacemakers, but woe to those who manipulate religion in the very name of God for their own military, economic, or political gain, dragging that which is sacred into darkness and filth."
Well, the people of Cameroon greeted Pope Leo with joy and cheers as he addressed world peace at the epicenter of Cameroon, where the separatist conflict in the country is a wide neglected crisis. Well, a federal jury in Manhattan says Ticketmaster and Live Nation operated as an illegal monopoly. The jury sided with more than 30 states and Washington, D.C. in the massive antitrust case. They found the entertainment giant overcharged consumers by nearly $2 per ticket. Live Nation plans to fight the verdict. Now a judge will decide the punishment. More people are sharing their commute to work. We'll tell you why carpooling is making a big comeback after the break. Couples are making a big comeback. High gas prices and traffic congestion are driving the trend. New smartphone apps are making it easier to share a ride to work. One carpooling app saw a 40% jump in rides from February to March. Some cities are even offering perks like free transit rides for people who carpool.
A way to connect, it's a way to be eco-friendly, and it's a way to save money. So I think it's a win-win for everybody in the community.
The company says more businesses are asking employees to return to the office. App creators say coworkers are enjoying the companionship of riding together. Industry reports expect a 15% increase in corporate carpooling next year. And speaking of gas prices, we are starting to see a drop. Right now, the national average of gallon of gas of unleaded sits at $4.09. Texans are seeing $3.74 at the pump, and here in Nueces County, we're seeing $3.72. The Blue